Hello, Oracles. Today, just like usual, I'm going to be breaking down all of my income, investments, and expenses for the month of July. Again, this is just me showing my transparency as to what I am doing with my entire portfolio, where I have my income sources coming from. I still consider myself a little guy, and it's nice to be able to share what I am doing to grow where I'm at. I've gone from $75,000 in debt 6 years ago to a net worth of almost $150,000 now. So, all the spreadsheets I share with you guys today, this is how I've tracked and come up with my plan to be able to get from where I was at $75,000 in debt to where I am today. So, hopefully, it help you guys out as well. And this time around, I'm also going to be sharing my entire portfolio with all of you. I do share this with all of my members and patrons on a weekly basis, but I will add it in here on a monthly basis in this video for all of you as well. So we'll get into all of that in just a minute. All right, so now full disclosure, I do currently make just over $100,000 a year from my full-time job. Now, this income is more recent. When I did start my journey to get myself out of debt, I was making around $50,000 per year. So I have worked my butt off to get some promotions at my job to be able to make this more income. But that's something also that anyone can do. If you're in a job that maybe is a dead-end job, think about other things. This is why I have all of my other outside sources of income. I was not planning on this promotion, so I worked on many other things to get myself income coming in from the outside. There's a lot of other benefits to that as well, but that's for another video. I do have many other sources of income as well, very small. I will go over those today with you guys, but just wanted to put it into perspective as to where this money is coming from. And all of the money that I share in my income statements, that is all take-home money. That does not include any of the child support that I pay. That is after taxes. That does not include any money that gets taken out for my insurance or for my 401k. That's literally the money that I get in my pocket to be able to do normal daily life things with. So that's the money I will be sharing with you guys on here. And now it is my ultimate goal to be able to bring in enough money from outside income sources to match what I make from my full-time job so that at some point I can move away from my full-time job and get freedom of time that I'm truly desiring. All right, so breaking down all of my expenses. So this here is what I've been doing all along. This is what helped me get out of debt. I track literally every single penny that comes in and goes out. It's very important to do this, just like if you're watching your health and fitness, you've got to watch what calories you're taking in and what calories you're burning. So for me, I track every single penny to make sure I'm staying in line. I will show you guys in a moment my P&L, that is my profit and loss statement. So I come up with my budget for the year and then I try to make sure I stay within that. So I won't go through and track every single expense on here. Again, members and patrons get to see that on a weekly basis, but I'll break down the summaries for you. So for my full-time job, I brought in $5,246.75. YouTube, I brought in about $194. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate all of that. My patrons, thank you so much to my patrons. Again, I try to share as much information with you guys on a weekly basis as I can. Tesla spreadsheets will be coming more available as well. So from Patreon, I brought in $93.49. This month, I actually brought in nothing from Beachbody. Not too concerned about that. That is something I'm going to be focusing on as I get more free time. But I'm focusing on my health and fitness, and I dipped below 180 pounds for the first time in over 5 years. Extremely excited about that. So I'm taking care of my own health, and I like to inspire others as well. Now, when it comes to freebies, this here, $261.77, that is the most I have brought in from freebies to date. I have never brought in this much money from freebies. Now, freebies include CD interest, dividends that I get, any interest from any other source, the cash back I get on my 2 credit cards, my Amex and my SoFi card. So this here is all starting to add up quite nicely. So again, this is ultimate passive income. These are the things where I'm trying to get this alone built up to a significant chunk, maybe over $4,000. I know I will get taxed on it just because this is what's coming in my main portfolio. However, that passive income means I have money coming in that I don't actually have to work for. This is my money working for me. Now, this month, I also added $1,000 to savings, $600 to my stock portfolio, $500 to my IRA, and $112 to crypto. I also added $25 to my other 401k account. Now, this does not include that 401k that I have from my job because that comes out pre-tax. I will be sharing that with you guys on my P&L statement. So when it comes to my expenses, groceries are $820. That is significantly higher than budget. So I need to take a look and see what's going on here. Could be because of my health and fitness. I have added a few things to it. That's fine. Again, everything I spend is an investment. So I just need to make sure it's a worthwhile investment and I'm not going too crazy with spending. Maybe there's a way I can spend less. Gas was $300. Again, a little over budget, not too concerned about the gas. I am looking at getting my Tesla next year, so that will obviously cut way down on gas. Now, Benjamin this month was way under budget at $324. His schedule with soccer between that and mine, a little busier, so I've spent the time with him, but we haven't gone out to eat like normal, so it's been nice on that piece of the budget. Gym holding steady at about $11. Phone same at $96. Utilities is $75. That has been creeping up little by little just because, well, expenses keep going up. Internet's $46. Entertainment did go up. I actually need to fix this. It was over budget by $50. I budget myself for $100 in entertainment for the month. And I did go out to a vineyard a few times, so it was nice to get out and do things. I hung out with my buddies as well. So it was a good month for entertainment. Other expenses. This was my car tax that came through, and my Aflac insurance, my accident insurance, is now on here. So other expenses were $513, way over budget, but again, that was car tax, so that's understandable there. Rent $950. I've got my Beachbody expenses that went up a bit too. That was to $402. This here, I did add a different type of protein in my casein protein at night, so that was a big lump thing. That's going to be just a once every other month expense. So that was there. And so this will be smaller next month. My YouTube expense, this was the big one. I was budgeting myself for $750 a month for different social media expenses. I have decided to cut that down and just grow everything organically. I do love my brand manager. However, the expense and seeing where my money is at right now, I need to be wise with that because I was getting a nice return on that investment, but it just wasn't making up for the expenses. So I had to, just cut my losses there for the moment. And I will definitely be working with her some more. She's phenomenal. So I want to continue working with her. I just need to be wise with my money at the moment. And then my life insurance outside of my full time job is $45 as well. So looking at my total income for the month, I brought in $5,796. My investments, I put in $2,237. Expenses were $3,797. And my cash flow for the month was negative $238. That is significantly better than it had been. And already now looking at August, I am looking at a positive cash flow. And I've reset my P&L for the rest of the year. You'll see that in a minute, where I should be pretty close to getting cash flow positive for the year. So very excited about that. Now, this hourly wage here, I've been asked many times about this. $7.79. One of the things that Warren Buffett says is figure out how to make money while you are sleeping. That is how you are going to gain wealth. And for me, I just did the math and said, hey, what is my hourly rate for every single hour in existence in the month of July? And so for every single hour in the month, I made $7.79 per hour based on 24 hours a day. So that there, I'm still looking to get myself to $15 an hour on this one. But again, that will come in due time. All right, so looking at my profit and loss statement, again, this is something I have a lot of experience with in being a retail manager, so I just decided to create my own. So this is just all of the numbers that you just saw, all just plugged into here. The only extra numbers that were added in here are my 401k and my HSA from my job. Again, these are pre-tax numbers, so I did add those in here. And it all comes down to the bottom. So again, I was under by $238 for cash flow. But looking at the rest of the year, it does show negatives. I did adjust my budget, especially when it came to my social media. So again, I was budgeting at 750. I've knocked that down to 100. I should be able to keep well under 100 for the rest of the year. I just need to pay attention to some other expenses and then try to build up whatever income I can. I also did not include any other bonuses that I could be getting from my full-time job. As long as I keep things in order, I should be getting one in October. So that there alone should allow me to get myself to a cash flow positive for the year. I'm currently budgeted to be at negative 3,800. However, I'm on track. If I can stick with the budget that is written for the second half of the year, I would be at about a $1,384 loss. So again, this should be corrected and I will keep on tracking this month to month and you guys will see. And again, my goal is to get this to be cash flow positive. Now, this here is my millionaire status. Nick Gibbs had posted on X that Just do everything you can to get yourself to $1 million. And then from there, your money really starts working for you, and you speed up the time and cut it in half for how long it takes to get to your next $1 million. So my goal is to get myself to $1 million. So right now, at the end of July, my overall net worth was $147,000. Now, it did dip down this past week just because the market's coming down. But looking at the numbers here, I'm really trying to focus on getting this savings cash amount to continue climbing up. This to me is the most significant piece. I also saw another tip that says once you reach a certain level in money, do not allow yourself to go below that level. So for me, my level that I've made is $25,000. So when I have that level, I basically say, well, I actually only have $7,000 to spend. I don't even have that $25,000. I'm going to continue building that up until this gets to 50,000. And then I start again and continue building from there. So this my net worth. So again, I've got my portfolio here at 26,282, my 401k at just over 60,000, my other 401k at 3,200, Roth IRA at 16,600, my HSA at just under 8,000, and then my savings just under 33,000. So based upon this, my current date for millionaire would be June 23rd of 2028. I have increased my net worth by over $50,000 year to date. So again, halfway through the year, over $50,000, I'm looking to be increasing myself to hopefully over $100,000 in net worth this year alone. And then finally, here is my portfolio. So again, Tesla stock is 72% of my portfolio. I have crypto taking up 10%, cash is taking up 14%, and then just a smattering of other little stocks that are in here, just kind of seeing how things go, like Beachbody, because I'm a Beachbody coach. Neo, I'm upside down on quite a few. Upside down on Beachbody, upside down on Neo, really upside down on Square, Block. So, these I'm just kind of sitting on, waiting. I think they're going to be perfectly fine in the long term. Some of my gamble plays down here. But the real focus that I've had recently are my dividend ETFs. So this is where I've got APLY, JEPI, JEPQ, NVDY, TSLY. So all of these in here, I have also broken down what I have accrued for dividends. Now, you can feel free to pause this and take a look at this all you want. I do share this again with all of my members and patrons on a weekly basis, but I did break down every single month what I am bringing in for all of my dividends and CD gains. So, as you can see, as the year has progressed, I have gone up. Last month, I made almost $200 in all of this passive income. I will be well over that next month in August. So I also broke down in here my IRA and how that is broken down. Now, IRA is a great place to have dividends because that is a tax-free account. So anything I get for gains from this, so again, pulling in 122, 153, 210, this month here will bring in over $300 for August. So all of that is tax-free. Up here, I do have to pay taxes on these, but down here, it's all tax-free. So again, I have a lot of the same JEPI, JEPQ. I do have KLI in my IRA, NVDY, OARK, TSLY, and of course Tesla stock itself I do have in here. I just don't have it listed on this chart here, but I do have 11 shares of that also. So overall, I'm very pleased with how my July went. I did get a bonus that came in for my quarterly bonus that was able to pay off my entire credit card bill, pay off my car tax, and pay off my rent. Plus, with all of that, I am now caught up with my credit card, with my social media spending earlier this year. I was just kind of playing catch up. I never had to pay any interest on my credit card, but I was constantly playing catch up and just really trailing behind. I am now back at the point where the money that I get coming in goes right to my savings account. I don't even have to touch that. And I can pay off my credit card as soon as I spend that money and use it like a debit card, which is the wisest way to do it. And that 2% cash back on everything I spend is now basically a 2% discount on life. So hopefully this was good for you guys. Again, this is just me showing you my transparency, showing you what I do for myself to get myself to the position that I'm at to be able to invest and get my net worth and my wealth to where I want it to be so I can get myself freedom of time. So if you guys have any tips and tricks that you have used in the past as well, or that you're currently using, please share down below. I am always still learning myself and would love to hear any new tricks and tips that you guys have. Maybe it's something I can utilize for myself also. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support. Have a great one.